order. Madam Clerk, you just marked that Reverend McDowell and Councilwoman Herbert absence. Both of them have had conflicts that were communicated. So we're going to defer item one, the approval of the minutes, and we'll take the presentation today that's on our agenda item number two for informational purposes. And I have the pleasure of having Rashawn Merrick, who's the founder of Creative Culture Brand, to talk about the Creative Culture Art Expo update that's going to be taking place this week on the 25th. And Rashawn is a brother of mine. We are literally family. Blood couldn't make us closer, but he's doing great work here in Columbia. And I think this is the first time that he's had an opportunity to present, not just to our committee, but to the senior staff here at the city. We have our Assistant City Manager, Henry Simons, who's here, who's our liaison for the Historic Preservation, Arts, and Philanthropy Committee. So, Mr. Merrick, the floor is yours. If you could tell us about Creative Culture Brand and also the Art Expo coming up this week.
Awesome. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing all right? I want to say thank you to as you said, my brother, Councilman Bailey. Thank you so much to all the councilmen and staff and anyone here. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to speak. I wanted to share some things with you guys. So if you are taking notes, I have some video and some small presentation for you guys. My name is Sean Merrick. I am a fashion photographer, creative director. I direct a organization called the Creative Culture Art Expo, which is now being has a nickname in the city called CCAE. So if you hear CCAE, that's what they're talking about. I've kind of taken on that name because it makes us cool, I guess. But I want to show this quick video. It's a short video of kind of what we do and what we're about, and then I'll give you some more information. And Ms. Erica.
Can you pause it for a second? I can't. Let's start it over. I'll make sure we hear this.
Does it have audio?
Yeah, it's just low. Yeah.
The Creative Culture Brand
There we go.
exists to foster arts and creative collaboration across multiple media formats, acting as an expression of artistic passion across the world. The premier event of the organization is the Creative Culture Art Expo. This event serves to encourage creatives through education, exposure, and support. The organization reaches these endeavors through lectures from world-renowned artistic directors, brand managers, and influencers to inspire burgeoning practitioners in the arts of photography, modeling, makeup, videography, and fashion styling. Through your support and collaboration, you are enabling the artists of tomorrow to thrive today.
Awesome, awesome. So,
Shouldn't I like to play it again?
sure.
Please.
Thank you.
The Creative Culture Brand exists to foster arts and creative collaboration across multiple media formats, acting as an expression of artistic passion across the world. The premier event of the organization is the Creative Culture Art Expo. This event serves to encourage creatives through education, exposure, and support. The organization reaches these endeavors through lectures from world-renowned artistic directors, brand managers, and influencers to inspire burgeoning practitioners in the arts of photography, modeling, makeup, videography, and fashion styling. Through your support and collaboration, you are enabling the artists of tomorrow to thrive today.
Great. So just to give you a little bit of history, the Creative Culture Art Expo started in 2020, and it was started by a handful of artists that I knew, some models, some photographers, some painters, and I said, hey, let's test this proof of concept because I wanted to gather us together and see, everyone always talks about community, but it doesn't really last like it should. And I wanted this to be something that lasts for years, where these artists are now getting work and now getting into placement to where they need to be. So I said, let's prove this concept. So let's go to Newberry. I wanted to start small because I didn't want to waste anybody's time or efforts. So I wanted to make sure it was legit. And so we started 2020, didn't have a full name for it, in Newberry, South Carolina, at the Ritz Theater. And what started as a small handful, I think we had 20 guests that year. And then over time, in the last couple of years, which I'll get to in a little bit, we've expanded. Our last sold out art expo reached 372 people in attendance. So we're proud to say that. We've also been proud to say that we've served hundreds of artists and creatives in the Columbia area, South Carolina area, of course, and the Augusta, Georgia area, Atlanta, Georgia, and even in the North Carolina area as well. So also, we're proud to say that we've given opportunities. So people have been in publications, magazines from New York to London, and we have. So she's on some of the work that we've done with some of the photographers and the models and makeup artists. This was actually one of the publications that we created or that we landed cover of a London magazine. So, Miss Erica, if you can keep.
You may have a clicker up there too.
Oh, do I? Thank you. That would be great.
Okay. She has.
Okay, she has. Okay.
Chair, can I ask a quick
Yeah,
question?
please.
Sure.
So the majority of the people that I see before me, are they local or out of state? Or?
Yes. So all the people that you're gonna see, even in that video, that was no stock footage. That was all real events that we had, and they're all here in Columbia, South Carolina. Yes. Some of them have been college students that are now on my team, and they've been groomed to do what they do now. So yes, I'm proud to say that. If you can just keep going. This is actually a model. Her name is Kaylee, but you can keep going. So this is where Ritz Theater, that's where we started. This was our actual second art expo at Allen University. And we're so grateful for them for having us that year. And I just got some flyers up. This was our second flyer for the art expo. I believe the attendance on our second one, so we went from 20 people at the Ritz Theater in Newberry, South Carolina. Then we got to where it was 64 attendees that second year. So now we have a name. We're the Creative Culture Art Expo. We're moving, 64 attendees. And this is Isa Charles, which the city beloved. We love her very much. She's a painter. You can keep going. And I'm just kind of showing you some of the things. This is the embroidery dancers. They kind of collaborated with the Columbia City Ballet dancers. This was our third expo that was at USC. And so we've grown now. So now we're hitting the hundreds mark. And now, as they say, we're cooking with grease. So we're moving right along. And that was our third event. And so as we keep going, this was our last event that was sold out. It was called Zion Divine, and it was based off fashion design, which I'm about to go into a little bit. But this is the one where we had 372 attendees, so many attendees that we had to put a lot of them on stage as well. So we're proud to say that we've been moving, and it's not on my own doing. I have a great team that allows me to do these things. So what we do is we try to emphasize an art focus every year. So every year we pick an art focus, and some of those years have been fashion design. Some of the years have been painting, as you've seen with Isa. And we base the whole expo off that focus. So everything is about that focus for that year. This year happens to be where we're focusing on hairstyling and makeup artistry. And so this whole year we've been planning things leading up to this Saturday, which we're calling the Lipstick and Hair Show. And so we're focusing on them because they are the unsung heroes of a lot of our shows. So a couple of things that we offer in our shows. We offer live demonstrations, interactive exhibits, panels, and workshops. galleries and showcases, fashion and art performances. And that leads up to the actual main event. So this is some of the flyers that we've done. We do mental health workshops for free for the city, for creatives specifically. We ask that all creatives who are dealing with, because a lot of times what we're realizing that creatives have this conundrum between the 9 to 5 and their passion and what they're trying to do, and it's kind of creating this feeling in their soul that they don't know what to really do with themselves, and so a lot of times it's driving them a little wild, a little crazy, and we want to be there for them. We want to be a support system. So we started doing mental health workshops for them. And 2 of our team members are licensed therapists who are on our team who deal with creatives. And so they lead that initiative. And we do that every year for them. And we're proud to say that we partner with Stormwater to produce those. So just a couple more things. Any questions while I'm going? You can, yes.
Do you have a brick and mortar, or you just kind of move around different places?
Yes, so that's one of the things I wanted to partner with the city with. We are in need of a permanent location, a permanent home. When we do our expos, we partner with theaters to produce these events and these shows, but we do need a permanent space for our team to work in so we can do more for the city. We can do monthly, yes, that was at the museum. We can do monthly events to lead up to the main event, because ultimately the goal is to have an art expo where every art medium is supported, and we have instructors and demonstrations for each piece of art: photography, dance, music, and everyone can go to their respected field and get educated, get demonstration, and get inspiration all at one time. And so that is the ultimate goal. But right now we are in need of a permanent home.
Do you feel like you need a permanent home, or is it something that, as far as maybe having a brick and mortar location available for use when things arise, whether it's planning with your team or maybe a certain type of facility for, let's say you're doing something in the videography space and there was a city facility that could be used? Is that something that you think would help what y'all do, or do you think you really need a permanent place, brick and mortar? Because I know a lot of people these days meet remotely.
Yeah.
They can get together, and then I see your events, they look pretty big at larger venues.
Yeah, so as far as I think we're leaning towards more of we will take that option, but I think ultimately we're going to need a space only because 2 reasons: the equipment that's involved sometimes with these, and then also the timing of gathering some of these because a lot of them are students. So whether they're high school or whether they're in college, and some of them don't finish class at a certain time. So we have what I call weird hours that we work. And I'm with that. I'm a husband of 15 years and 3 kids, and my wife allows me to go and subject myself to these time frames of college students and all of that. And so yeah, the timing of the hours that we work and the equipment, we will eventually need that. Any other questions while I continue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you say for your events, would you say that people travel from out of the city to come visit? Do y'all keep track of that information?
Yes, we do keep track of that. The 3 states that we impact the most is Georgia, North Carolina, and of course, South Carolina. And so we see a lot of Augusta, Georgia, a lot of Atlanta, Georgia. Even our speakers this year, 2 of them are from Charlotte. One of them is from Augusta. And for some reason, that crowd is, those 3 states is, and I'm because they're touching, but those 3 states is who we impact the most, yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions? And we kind of touched on it before a little bit earlier, but I truly believe that because we impact these 3 states, but more specifically Columbia, our heart is to really make sure that we give inspiration, information, and demonstration simultaneously. So a lot of art organizations, they do one of the other. Like they do a lot of shows, so that's the demonstration part. and they really get, an entertainment segment. Or they may have the intellectual side where they give the information, and that's great too. Or you may have art shows where they inspire. They tell their story of here's where I started. This is where I was born, and you can make it too. You can make it on a big screen, or you can make this, and that's the inspiration side. But we try to do all in our segment. So even this year at the Lipstick and Hair Show, at the beginning, there will be inspiration from the Trustless Theater actors. They're going to be acting out a story about how they got started in their field that relates to the lipstick and hair story with those artists. Then right after that, there's live tutorials. There's going to be a hair tutorial. There's a master barber. His name is Chris Darnell. He will be transforming a gentleman who has a bald head, as myself, to having full hair, and I believe it's called a hair transplant. But they'll there's hope. I thought about it, but he's going to be doing a whole transformation in front of the audience eyes and giving those barbers that teaching and training. There will be a live tutorial. This is a magazine that was produced by some of our team members, Ralph Lauren styled shoot, and they landed the cover. And those are all models, 2 of them on our team. But those are all models right here in Columbia, South Carolina, who landed that. And it was shot by photographers here in Columbia, South Carolina as well. But yeah, so live tutorials that's going to be happening in the makeup field. There will be a live esthetician teaching them about skin before you apply the makeup and all the different makeup and hair situations. And so, and then right after that, there will be a dance performance based off an old movie dealing with makeup and hair, and then of course the finale will be the hair show and the makeup where you see all the dramatics, and that will be the demonstration portion. So we try to make sure that there's all of that in one, and not just the razzle dazzle, but what can I get from this? What can I take back to my field? So, yeah.
When was this? Go back prior slide. When was that magazine cover?
You said when?
When, yeah.
This was last year. This maybe a little bit more, a year and a half ago. And this is actually there is a log cabin, and I'm losing track of the name right now, so please forgive me. But there's a log cabin dealership in Irmo, South Carolina.
Southern Log?
Southern Log, there you go. They were kind enough, we sent them email, they were kind enough to allow us to go into their demos, and we had so South Carolina's different. We're not a LA or New York, nor do we try to be, but we had to try to figure out a way to make this look cold, because this is actually a hot day and it was 90 degrees. And here they are with all of this clothing on. And so we had to make it look like it was cold that day. And they were, you can tell they weren't cold. But it was a lot going on. It was maybe about 20 people, maybe 20, 25 people on set. That's another thing that we try to teach anybody who's working with us is how to conduct yourself on major sets. So when you do get opportunities to do different things in other states, you're not shocked. It doesn't break you down. You're able to handle it. And so, so we're so privileged to them. And the cool thing about it is we're such a diverse organization, and I'm proud to say that, because, and not just in ethnicity, but in age. So this model towards the end, her name is Ariel. She is in her late 40s, and all the way up to Larissa, who is a teenager. She was at the time 17. So it's a wide range of people who we try to support and make sure that they don't give up on their dreams and pursue different things. So I will conclude by this, because I don't want to take all your time, but we kind of mentioned it before. One of the things that we are definitely in need of is spaces to really conduct what we do. Right now, we're partnering with different people at certain times, but we're at the mercy of their programming. And we have so much we want to do, so many artists that we want to put in place and give the tools that they need. And so we are definitely in need of that. So thank you so much for your time.
You know, y'all been in around since 2020 and have largely been self-sufficient, from my understanding.
Yes.
So have y'all worked with any local governments before for funding?
So funding is usually we do. So far, we've been doing many events as the workshops, as you've seen the model workshops, and we try to make it very cost efficient. Usually, those workshops in any other state will be $150, but we try to make it around $25 to really take care of the city, but also to bring in revenue. We also sell a lot of merch. So we have T-shirts, sweatshirts that we have available even this year, the lipstick and hair sweatshirts. The high schools love them. And also we're grateful for the South Carolina Arts Commission. They give us a small grant that we apply every year. And so we're thankful for them as well.
Got it. And so tell us about your event this week. It's on the 25th, Russell's Theater at 6 o'clock.
Yes, so I encourage you guys. We just found out last night at 9 o'clock that we are sold out again. So this will be our third time selling out a theater. So thank you so much. Selling out a theater, but I still made room for you guys. So anyone who wants to come in this room, please let me know. I will make arrangements. Even if you have to sit where I sit, I'll make arrangements for you to be there because I respect what you guys do. But October 25th, this Saturday at 6 p.m., this is where the show starts. It's hosted by the Trustis Theater right downtown Columbia, South Carolina. And you will see we're starting sharply because we have a lot to do. So, but if you are wanting to be in attendance of that, please let me know and I will make that happen. But we are ecstatic. I was just talking to one of our model coordinators, and I believe we have about 30 models this year. So it's gonna be a lot going on, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Mr. Chair. So with your models that you just described, are you seeing, when you say diversity, are you getting USC, Benedict, Allen, Mills Tech? You get that type of diversity?
Yes. So the colleges jumped on very early. Years ago, they jumped on very early. I'm privileged to say that USC, Allen, we had one of our speakers in one of the photos earlier. She is the creative director for Allen University, and so she spoke there. And so we've always had that relationship with her, Num, Benedict. Yes, so all of that. One of the things that we've been striving to do is get high schools involved, and this year has been a shift because we partnered with Hayward Career Center, and we have their cosmetology school of 36 students, seniors and juniors. They're coming to the event. So now the game is changing where we're kind of connecting with high schools. But yes, colleges have been on board since the second Art Expo.
And Rashawn, if you could tell us, you told us a lot about Creative Art Expo, but being from Columbia, a lot of times people think, because I'm growing up here, that we may not produce artists or people like yourself. So if you could just say a little bit about your background, like where you're from and how you created this and just your history with the arts.
Sure. So I hope I don't bore y'all with my story, but so I'm originally from Queens, New York, and my mother moved to here to Columbia, South Carolina for a better life, and she had Crohn's disease, and she eventually passed away. Right, and so art was my language to talk and to speak when I didn't know what to say. So I started off drawing, then I dabbled in some music, and then eventually I ended up, in photography because I was always shooting the album cover for friends and didn't know it was gradually grooming me to be a photographer. So I always had this thing in my head with art, creative direction, and so fast forward. I started doing this full fashion photography full time. This will be my 12th year doing fashion photography full time, and I see a lot of artists and creatives who want to go to major cities, They want to go to the New Yorks. They want to go to the Californias. They want to go here. And there's nothing wrong with having aspirations to do that and touching those states. But I do think that there is a space here for us. One of the things I'm trying to be very passionate about is because it happened to me, is giving artists the vernacular and tools they need, because there is a language in all of these fields, and sometimes they're not reaching where they need to be in this state because they don't know the terms, they don't know the vernacular, they don't know what, for photographers, and I know she is one, but F8 and they don't know what that is. And so when it goes over their head, they miss out on jobs. And so I'm thankful for the mentors I had who kind of groomed me to be where I need to be. And last thing I'll say about that is I was privileged to join a youth ministry in the city that I volunteered for years. And I still will do if they need me. But I volunteered for that youth ministry. I was taking photos in that youth ministry. I was doing art, drawing logos, and that groomed me as well to being in the place I am now. And I did that for over, I believe, 20 years. And so that's how I got here.
Well, we appreciate everything that you're doing. One thing I like to say our community, we don't just support the arts, but we want to be able to support artists and help them further their chosen field in the arts. So we see that you're doing that directly with the arts, with this expo coming up, your 5th anniversary. I'm gonna try to make it. We'll be in touch about ways where we can collaborate, because I think that you could help our artists here in the city. I think there's an opportunity where possibly the city could help further the work that y'all are doing. I think it's really a perfect match, and we hear that your current needs are with facilities, so that's something that Mr. Simons, our assistant city manager, can possibly look into, and we can further the discussion from there. And if you have any questions, Mr. Simons, I'm not sure if you had anything else you wanted to discuss, or Rashawn, if there's anything else you want to discuss as well.
No, I was going to provide if you guys need it, provide my contact information for anybody in this room. But my email is info@thecreativeculturebrand.com. And a direct contact number for me is 864-513-3630.
One more time.
864-513-3630.
All hearts and minds at ease? All right, we're going to go ahead and adjourn.
Thank you so much.